Welcome to Old Marcus, a little town known to many but integral to the history of the state and to the nation. It's nestled here at the confluence of the Columbia and Kettle Rivers, and its earliest history into developing into a town begins in the early 1800s. In the 1820s, the establishment of Fort Colville attracted the first non-native settlers to this area, where it would give a permanent base of people to begin building here on the Marcus Flats. Later, in the 1860s, the International Boundary Commission set up camp here as it was working to determine the 49th parallel of what would become the international boundary with Canada. Decades would go on and a small town would thrive with businesses and families, churches, theaters, and more. But with the rising waters of the reservoir, with the building of the Grand Coulee Dam, residents needed to seek higher ground. And this history has been largely lost beneath the placid waters of Lake Roosevelt and is now good for fishing on the main streets of Marcus when the waters are high. But every spring during the drawdown, this piece of history, rich for this area and for the nation, comes back to us and we have the chance to explore. So I invite you to do that with me. Come out and visit Old Marcus. So if you visit the Old Marcus town site on your own or on a guided trip with a ranger, please leave no trace. Please don't take anything, lift or move them. They could damage these historic objects that help tell the story of those who came before us. We should ask you help us protect these amazing cultural and historical resources so their stories can live on for future generations and future visitors to the Old Marcus town site.